Ow, that's burning my eyes. Okay, just trying to clear some space. I wanted to make a video about coming out of the spiritual closet because that theme has been coming up a lot lately with a few of my soul sisters and just people that I've been talking to on Instagram. And I think like I know a lot of people are in spiritual closets, so I want to talk about that because I think it's important to not hide that side of you. I can only talk from experience, so I'll tell you guys about my story and then just some things like how I feel about that subject. So recently my sister Jasmine, I will put her name up there, recently she made a video, a personal one, about her story of coming out of the spiritual closet. So that gave me the idea to put a video about, not like about me coming out of the spiritual closet, because I don't think I really was ever in, kind of, but not really. I was never really in the spiritual closet, so it wasn't that hard for me to just be out there like talking about all this stuff. But I've talked to a lot of people who are living like almost like double lives, kind of like not that serious, but like, you know, you have your spiritual side, you maybe talk about it on your Instagram, you maybe not, and then you have like your regular human person life, which is kind of living two lives, right? I feel like if you can't fully embrace every single part of what you're going through during this awakening, you're holding back and you're not fully sharing your light with the world, which is important because we are all here to share our individual light with the world. And each one of us holds a very unique like set of gifts and qualities about us that no one else has in the whole universe. So to bring that here to earth while you're in this physical while you're in this physical incarnation, it's pretty powerful, and that's what we came here to do. So if you are still kind of hiding in the spiritual closet, then you might not fully be stepping into your light or shining that light yet. And that's okay, but I think a lot of us are being forced to step out of the spiritual closet, whether we want to or not. And it's easier for me to talk about this because personally I don't have a lot of friends or people in my life to worry about what they think. So that's really easy, you know? I'm sure if I had a lot of like friends that didn't understand this, it would be really hard. So I can't speak from personal experience like in that case, like, because it's really hard when you have people watching you that don't understand this stuff. I have a few people like that, like on my page, but I mean, I've kind of been on this journey of not caring what people think. And so that's very, very important. I think that's the number one thing that makes people stay in the spiritual closet. 333. Maybe I definitely was supposed to make this video. And I wasn't gonna like have the camera angled to where you could see my shirt for the whole video because it's kind of extra, but while I'm making this video I wanted to wear my alien shirt. It's like so perfect because I'm so weird and out there and cosmic, and it's like perfect. And one of my girlfriends, Olivia, got this for me, and I feel really bad because I haven't been in touch with her or any of my family lately, and I miss her after wearing this shirt. So, but anyways, I really, really like it, and I want to wear it to like Coachella if I ever go. I've never been. But anyways, forgot where I was. Yes, not caring what people think. So it's easy for me to not care what people think and to talk about all this stuff because I'm not caring what people think. Even if I do have people that I know are watching me that don't understand this, I don't care. I still care in certain cases, like what people think. I mean, I'm still in the middle of my journey, so I have a lot of like shadow work and healing to do, and you know, I still have an ego, so I still somewhat care what people think, but after putting out like my light language video, that really, really helped me to realize that I don't care what people think, because that video, if you don't understand it, I look completely like a weirdo, and I didn't care, and it's really freeing. So I want to talk about kind of in the beginning of my awakening. I think like I was kind of awakening in 2012, but I wasn't aware of it. So like I had a conscious awakening in like 2016, I think. Just like 2 years ago was like my major one. And I remember I had no, like, I wasn't spiritual at all. Like, I believed in God, and that was about it. I didn't go to church. I wasn't religious or spiritual. I kind of just had been, like, I prayed and I believed in God, but I wasn't exactly sure what God was. So that was interesting. When I had like my major like awakening, because I think you can have like a few, it's kind of like an unfolding. But I remember my whole page on my Instagram, I turned it black, and I didn't want to show my face. So maybe in a sense that was me being in the spiritual closet. And I like turned my face into a cartoon. That's when I think that's when I changed my name to Children of the Cosmos, which I got from Carl Sagan. And I just made all these like black memes and kind of like didn't post my face at all. So I think in time I kind of became comfortable talking about all that stuff because I had a community, a supportive community around me. Around that time is 7-Eleven. Around that time is when I unfollowed every page that wasn't like spiritual, or just pages. Like I remember before that I was really obsessed with travel blogging, and I would follow all these pages that made me really sad because I've never been out of the country, and I couldn't afford to, and I'd just stare at their pictures and I'd be envious, and like I'd be jealous, to be honest. I'd get really mad, and I'd be like, why do they deserve to get to do all the stuff I want to deserve? I was really like, you know, it's different now. I'm not like that. But 2 years ago, I was making myself miserable just following a bunch of people that like were doing things I wanted to do and I couldn't. So I remember that point in my life, I unfollowed all those pages. I've refollowed them now with a healthier in a healthier way. Like I don't think like that anymore. So I know it'll all come in divine timing for me, and I get to plan my trip to Egypt with my sister this year. So everything's working itself out. Just a quote that Jasmine just put on her page is, when you're in alignment with your higher self and your soul and your heart, everything falls into place, and the right people, the right opportunities, and everything will start presenting itself to you. But to get there, you can't be in the spiritual closet. Personally, I think it takes a lot of courage to talk about this stuff. Not for me as much as it would be for someone who's fully in the closet. Like, I could only imagine how hard that would be, but all I know is it takes a lot of courage and bravery, and it takes a lot of not giving a shit what people think about you. So that's important. I forgot where I was again. But, oh yes, so my page, unfollowed all those pages, and I started following a bunch of spiritual pages and people that were going through spiritual awakening. So that is important. If you guys don't have that already, you need to find like people who are going through this that you can connect with, because it will make a world's difference, if that sounds correct. I don't even know if that's English. But so once you start gaining that like confidence in talking about this stuff, and then you talk about it with other people, and you're like, oh, you're going through this too, okay, you start not feeling so crazy anymore. Like in the beginning, of my awakening, I'd always ask people, do I sound crazy? Like, I'd ask people close to me, do you think I sound crazy? Like, these new beliefs I'm having. And luckily, I've always had very supportive people. Luckily, my sister was going through an awakening with me, so I had her, and I had my boyfriend and my mom. Well, she's not going through an awakening, and neither is my boyfriend, but they're very supportive in what I'm going through, and never have any of them said, you sound crazy. So I could only imagine how hurtful that would be. But back to the point is, if you're in the spiritual closet, I hope a lot of people that are watching this, because I really feel like the universe is all forcing us to kind of get out of that. And it's important. You can't be truly authentic. And I hate to say that. I don't even know, that's my opinion. Don't like take this as a statement of truth, because all truths are but half truths. I can't even fucking talk right now. But I mean, take what you want from this video and leave the rest. But I feel like you're not fully being authentic if you're in the spiritual closet, because you're not doing what you came here to do. We came here to shine our light and be the weird people that we are. The thing about us is we're unique. We're unique souls. So a lot of people going through an awakening right now never fit in, and a lot of them dimmed their light to fit in, which is the opposite of what we're supposed to be doing. After you awaken and you find out all this stuff, it should be one of your main things is to fully embrace what you're going through and learn how to talk about it. Because with doing that, you will allow other people to hear this information that might resonate with them and might strike a chord with them, or resonate with them, and you might trigger like something that will help put them into an awakening. I can't talk, so I'm so sorry, you guys. If anything I'm saying doesn't make sense, I hope you can understand it enough. But part of this awakening is fully embracing your true self. Me, I don't know if I'm fully there. All I know is I have became a lot more authentic since my awakening, and I just don't tolerate, and none of us can tolerate anything that isn't authentic anymore. And living in a world full of fake ass shit is, that's a unique gift to have, is to be authentic. And it's not as easy as it sounds. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like everyone who's in the spiritual closet, you need to try, well, actually, I hate to say that. I hate to tell anyone that you need to try anything. Maybe if you're not ready to, you will find a time when you are ready, because the universe is kind of all forcing us to. But for those kind of on the edge of coming out of the spiritual closet, hopefully this video will encourage you to just talk about what you're going through more. Don't be embarrassed. Like, don't be embarrassed about what you're going through. It's very special that we're all going 333. It's really special that we're all going through this. And you have support. You have a team of people that you can't see, like your spirit team, spirit guides, star beings, your star family, your higher self, your angels. You have backup. So I know it can be intimidating to talk about all this stuff if you're like deep in the matrix with your career. I get that, but I think you can find little ways to shine your light still. You can find little ways to, like, in conversations, express your new beliefs and what you're going through. Because we're gonna start having a mass awakening soon, and all these people are gonna start waking up, and it's very confusing in the beginning. So could you imagine if no one was brave enough to talk about this stuff? I'd still be lost. Seriously. Like, one of the first videos I found when I was going through my awakening was Heather's videos, Activation Vibration, and her Infinite Waters and SpiritualAwakening.net and Victor Otto. they all were brave enough to fully embrace what they were going through, fully embrace that unique light that they had and share it with the world. And they were brave enough to talk about awakening when it probably was like less people awake a few years ago. It's like happening very fast now. It's at an accelerated pace. So I feel like if they weren't brave enough and I didn't find their videos, I'd still like maybe be lost and confused about it. We need people to talk about this stuff. It's part of like what we came here for. We're here to shine our light. And if you're not doing that and you're dimming your light and you're trying to fit in with society, you're doing the complete opposite of what we came here to do. And I don't like telling anyone what to do, so don't take this as me like saying anything bad about people that are in the spiritual closet. I totally understand like being in the spiritual closet, you know? You can't just come off crazy if you're in a corporate job and be talking about this stuff. But like I said before, I think there's other ways to like integrate it into conversations, and there's just little things you could do to spread that light and spread that awareness about awakening, because when lots of souls start to awaken, they might, want to find your video online about you talking about it, and it might help them. And we just need to fully step into our power and fully embrace everything that we're going through with awakening. And all I can tell you is personally, it feels really, really, really good to just be completely yourself. If you are watching this, you're probably like one of the souls here for this shift. You're a starseed or a light worker. I mean, the name doesn't matter. A lot of us are like on the forefront of this shift, and we're the ones who are supposed to be brave enough so that the next wave of people awakening, like we paved the way for them, kind of. I don't know if that sounds like egotistical or whatever, but we're like the way showers. And there was people before us who did that before us, and they were the way showers for us. So it's like we come in waves, like the 3 waves of volunteers, Dolores Cannon. So I don't know everything. I don't know a lot at all. I'm sharing what I do know with you guys. And I know that it feels really good to not be in the spiritual closet and to just not give a shit what people think. I think there's a lot of ways you could do this. And if you're in a spiritual closet, just find little ways to kind of start stepping out, because it is important, and you have to fully step into your light and fully be authentic and true to yourself. I wasn't like that always. I remember I was always weird. Like growing up, like I said in my other videos, I used to make funny languages, which I found out was light language, and I'd just be goofy. I was just this big, goofy, dorky, like kid, and that never left. I'm 28 and I'm still a big, dorky, goofy kid, but it's only now that I'm embracing it and I'm not embarrassed to be who I am and who I always have been. We grow up in a society that doesn't understand us because our souls are different, and we're not used to this dark age that we're coming out of. And so a lot of us, we're affected by the world we grow up in, and it's not easy growing up and feeling different. A lot of us were picked on when we were little. We were outcasts. Maybe didn't have a lot of friends. I still don't have a lot of friends. I honestly had no friends at all until Jasmine. Like, I had my boyfriend and my sister, and unfortunately me and my sister stopped talking like 6 months ago for personal reasons I can't say, and that's when Jasmine and me started getting closer. And when you have that support, it's easier to your throat chakra. It's easier to talk about these things. Like me and Jasmine always talk about how we help each other, like with expressing ourselves with our throat chakra. So it's just important. Find that confidence. Once you're confident in your awakening and you fully step into your power and you fully embrace this whole awakening thing, it becomes easier to step out of the spiritual closet. But I am making this video because I have talked to so many people who were like, I don't talk about this on my main page. My coworkers might see, and you know, I don't know. I can't judge. I mean, I do judge sometimes. I'm still human and I'm still learning. Oh my gosh, forgot that my sage was lighting still. But I think it's important to just find ways to truly be authentic to yourself. If you're going through an awakening and, you know, you are unique and maybe weird is what you want to call it, like, you need to fully embrace that shit and be weird. And other people who are weird like you will gravitate towards you and you will inspire them, and that's what this is all about. We're all here to inspire each other. There were people who inspired me, and now I'm inspiring other people, and then they find their light, they get inspired, they step into their power, and then they inspire people, and it's like a domino effect. So it's important to do that. And my crystal is so warm right now, my Isis crystal. See, like, just be a weirdo. Like, put a crystal on your third eye in the middle of you talking. Light some sage. Oh my god, I didn't shave my under my arms. I actually don't like to shave under my arms unless I have like anyone that's gonna be near me. So see, I'm just like embracing my weird self. Like, maybe 2 years ago I would never talk about that. I'd like crop out that part of the video and be like, oh my god, I don't want people to see like my underarm hair. Like, I don't care anymore. And I have all the support I need from my soul sisters, my spirit team, and I could fully embrace like my weird self. I'm starting to like be able to speak light language more on camera. That's a huge like throat chakra opener. You know, just like I was saying before, I was always embarrassed to be like weird. I was like, oh, I don't want to be weird. I want to fit in. I want to be normal. I don't want to be normal. We weren't sent here to be normal. We didn't incarnate here to be normal. Two. We are our own unique, individual, beautiful, cosmic. The way we are is beautiful and it's unique, and no one else can inspire the world in the ways that you can. You have a unique gift and you need to share it with the world. That's all that this video is about. Your unique gift, your unique light, and share it with the world. And how could you do that if you're in the spiritual closet? So come on, guys, like, just try it. Try to step out of the closet in any way that you feel, even in the littlest ways. Like, I wish I had more tips for you guys, but because I was never really in a spiritual closet that much, I don't have that many tips. All I know is I just felt called to say that it's important to just stop being in the spiritual closet. And if it's not your time to do that yet, you'll know inside when it's your time. For everyone, it's different, just like our journeys. Every single journey is different. I think it's like a Sufi proverb where they say there is as many paths to God as there is souls, which is true. So no person can tell you anything. You are your own inner guru, and you know in your heart what is right for you. But if this does resonate with you, then that's good. So I can't think of too much more to say. I used to be embarrassed to be like this in front of my boyfriend. I've been with him for almost a decade, and it's only recently that I've been fully being my weird self around him, and it just feels so beautiful. It was like after my awakening, I was kind of forced, like, you can't be inauthentic. After awakening, you can't even stand anything around you being inauthentic, so how could you be inauthentic your own self? It's like, it's beautiful, because it just forces you to just be real with yourself and the world, and, you know, embrace your weird gifts. Your things that you view as a weakness is actually your strengths. And the more that we find courage in talking about this stuff, you will get messages saying, wow, thank you for talking about that. It really helped me, or that really inspired me to want to talk about this too. We all do this for each other. There's people who did it for me. I will do it for them, for other people. Other people will do it for other people. And like I said, domino effect. We're all in this together. And it's beautiful. And 25-25. And that's it. I can't think of anything else to say. But my crystals are getting really warm. So just be your weird like self, and embrace your light. Stay true to yourself. Be authentic. Don't dim your light to fit in, because right now the world is changing and a lot of people are going to be awakening. So the more people that do this, you'll find out you're not alone. Oh, you're not alone at all. Like, there are so many souls just like you. And once you step into your light fully, they will gravitate towards you and you'll find like your right tribe. And I'm still going through this. I'm not like at the end of my journey. I don't know where I'm at on my journey. I'm probably only in the beginning. But I've learned a lot in the last 2 years. I don't know shit, like, you know, but I know what I've learned from my personal experience, and that's why I share it for whoever it might help. And there's people who have done that for me. So thank you for listening. I don't know if anyone got this far. I know I can kind of like talk a lot and get off subject, but if you have made it this far, thank you so much. And if you are in the spiritual closet and this message resonates with you, let me know and leave me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you guys want to like hit the notification bell. I don't post too many videos, so when I feel like called to make a video is when I make a video. But I love you guys. I'm gonna stop talking now. I literally have nothing else to say, but I don't know why I'm still talking. So I hope you guys all have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.